Okay, in this video we're going to convert from T8 fluorescence to LED tubes. Now in order to do this, you need to remove and bypass the ballast. And I'll show you how to do that both for double end wiring and single end wiring. And it really only takes like 3 to 5 minutes per fixture, and it's really easy to do. Okay, so if you're starting your lighting project from scratch, or even if you have T12 or T8 fixtures in which the bulbs are dying, are starting to die, or maybe the ballasts are starting to die, it makes sense to convert to LED. I mean, the prices of LED tubes has really come down, and there's several advantages such as lower energy consumption, you're going to get a little more light output because you're replacing old bulbs, and there's no cold weather issues. I'll link to all the products and tools used in this video. It'll be in the video description. I'm going to throw some iCards up so you can check out this stuff for yourself. So I partnered up with Hyperikon to bring you this video. The bulbs I'm using are 5000K, 84 plus CRI, 2400 lumens per bulb, and I chose the clear lenses since my troffers have diffusers. Hyperikon bulbs have great reviews on Amazon, and they have a nice no-hassle 5-year warranty. All right, so let's look at my current lighting situation. Here are troffers that you find in an office or a school building, 2 foot by 4 foot. Most of these are 2 bulb fixtures with a high factor or high output ballast. And you can see that the light is kind of yellow. It seems like they have been getting dim over time, especially that one over there. Those bulbs look really dim and non-white, if you will. And then over here I have a 4 bulb fixture, and it doesn't seem any brighter with more bulbs. So you can see that I feel that this lighting is just degrading over time. And these bulbs were very inexpensive that I bought years ago. So I feel I can just get a little more light output out of them. So we'll see what these new bulbs can do. Okay, so I got a light meter app on my phone, and what we'll do is we will get a baseline with the old fluorescents on this stool, and then we'll swap in the new ones and see if there's an improvement. Okay, free light meter app shows that we got 737 lux with the 2 old fluorescent bulbs. Okay, so I took down the fixture off the ceiling. It's just easier to do this video on a workbench. Let's do a quick current draw with the T8 ballast and the fluorescent tubes. So I got an amp meter here that just clamps on. There you go, 0.484. Here's another cool tool. It's a non-contact voltage alert dealie. So when you touch it near the wires, it'll beep and it'll tell you that there's voltage there. So you always want to obviously remove power from the fixture, turn off the breaker, but I always have this. Once I disassemble everything, I always touch all the wires and make sure that there is no voltage. Okay, so I just killed power. Obviously there's no voltage now, so now it's safe to work on it. Okay, so we can lift these tabs. This whole thing pulls up and we can get rid of it for now. Next up, we can twist and remove the bulbs. Okay, so this unit has a reflector, which I will not be reusing with the LED bulbs since the LEDs have 220 degree beam pattern, and it'll direct the light where you need it. You don't need to have a reflector for, the fluorescent bulb has 360 degrees that light comes out, and you need to reflect that light back to where it is needed. Anyway, so let's go ahead and just completely remove the ballast. You can cut all these wires. Remove the ballast. Okay, just take that out of the picture. Okay, the Hyperikon bulbs do come with instructions, but I went ahead and printed out some things that are larger so you can see. Okay, first let's talk about the tombstones. There are 2 kinds, or they can be wired in 2 different ways. The first is shunted. And as you can see, when you have power coming in, you'll have one color of wire coming in. It'll split off and it'll energize both contacts with the same voltage that it's hooked up to, or the same line. Okay, so the line comes in, it splits, and it hooks up to both these contacts. Non-shunted, however, have different contacts on both sides. So you'll have one wire powering this contact, another wire coming in powering that contact. Okay, here's a wiring chart. As you can see, the ballast is not the picture. I highly recommend removing it and bypassing it. Okay, so it's out of the picture. It's one less thing to fail. So here we have a single-ended configuration, and here is a double-ended. And it just really depends on how your fixture is set up once you remove the ballast and what's the easiest to convert. Okay, so this is what I have right now, and this is what I'm converting to, since I'm going to use multiple bulbs, more than two. But anyway, as you can see, for a double end, you have the line coming in powering one end, and then you have the neutral going to the opposite end. Okay, for single end, you have one wire harness that comes in. It has the line in neutral, and it goes to only one end of the tube. The other end is dead. That tombstone just simply holds the bulb in the fixture. Okay, here's a color chart. Color usually goes by in Kelvin. So as you can see, 2000s all the way here on the left, and we have 6500K all the way on the right. I chose 5000K, which is white, somewhere in this range. Anywhere from like 4000 to 5000K seems to be the most popular for garage or shop setups. Obviously, this is a preference. I've had colors down here, and I just am kind of tired of it. I want a brighter white, so I think that's why I chose the 5000K, and that's totally up to you. Okay, so looking at my wiring, you'd think the easiest thing to do would be to get dual end powered bulbs and run two bulbs in this fixture, right? So let's first discuss how you would do that. Okay, so it says one side needs to be the neutral or the red. So go ahead, the white and the red need to be connected, and same with the blue and the black. Now this would become a double-ended fixture. Okay, that's all you'd have to do. You have to strip these, wire nut them up, and you'd be good to go. However, what I'm going to do is cut all these wires off, and then I'm going to install this harness and power one end, and I'll convert this to a 4-bulb fixture. So I'll show you how to do that really quick. So we'll go ahead and unbolt these little brackets, and that'll just give me the option to run 1, 2, 3, or even up to 4 bulbs per fixture, and I will get very bright light. Okay, so you can see I have provisions here for more tombstones. Okay, so I'm just going to snip off all these wires. And you can see right on here it says shunted. And that means because one wire is going to it. And these just pop right off. We'll snip these wires. So getting rid of all that. Okay, and I'm just going to rearrange these how I like. Put one there. Put one here. Careful, the sheet metal's really sharp. Okay, so this will be our dead end. No wires. So we'll just go ahead and reinstall that. Okay, so on this end, what we have here is I just bought a pre-made harness, and it has a quick connect on here. And this will just make it easy to wire up. So we'll start on one end. Okay, so 4 single end wired tombstones here. Go ahead and clean up the wiring, tuck it in, and then this will pass through the center here. Okay. Okay, we'll reinstall that and make sure you're not pinching any wires. Okay, and that's it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to hook up your power and ground here. And guys, this is just a test bench. My whip comes in here, and there's a green wire missing. That's a ground. But for purposes of this demo, we're just going to do it this way. Okay, so these are quick connects. All you do is you just push it in, and that's it. You're done. That's it. Then you can load your bulbs up, and that's how you retrofit a fixture. So it's a lot cleaner, it's a lot easier, and I have options on how many bulbs I want to run. Okay, so let's go ahead and install a bulb, and you have to pay attention to this end, the blue end, which has your line and neutral. This is your single-ended powered end. This is your dead end. So let's just go ahead and put one of these bulbs in. Okay, we'll put 2 in, and then we'll measure the current draw. We'll measure the current draw. Okay, I'm showing 0.279 amps for 2 bulbs. Okay, so I went ahead and hung the fixture back up, put in 2 LED bulbs, and we'll give it a quick reading on the phone. It appears brighter, the light is whiter. I mean, the walls look a lot brighter, so I could tell there's definitely an improvement. We'll see it on the phone, and then we'll also load it with 4 bulbs. Okay, so with the bulb swap, we're getting 814 lux. Yeah, definitely a lot brighter. Yeah, I'm definitely going to 4 bulbs on all the fixtures. That is seriously bright. That's nice. Okay, and with 4 bulbs, we're sitting at 1560 or so lux. So that is a, huge improvement. That's bright, man. Very bright. Okay, so now I just have to repeat that process 10 more times and I'll be done.